Alright, I think we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Another episode here, the JH6 channel. And another Q&A. If you can see me, put comments on the left. Let me know. I'm using a little bit of a different system today. I'm actually have my microphone connected to my smartphone. I'm using Samsung Note 4. And I'm using a Rode Video Mic Go. I think that's what it is. Now you have to buy a special cable to connect the microphone to the cell phone. So that cable is about 15 bucks. Anyways, I got all that attached to a tripod. Maybe in the future, it's kind of windy, but in the future I may do another video on this. But one of the complaints that I got from some of you guys was the fact that the audio was kind of low. So I think this fixes the audio. Let me know if you could hear me on the left. And let me know how that's working out so far. Man, it's kind of windy here. I may have to move to a different location. But I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Today was pretty cool. We went to church. We went to the in-laws. We have some lunch. We talk. We fellowship with our family. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, people spend their whole life going through all this. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I want to do this. I want to do that. And again, it's kind of crazy. You know, life is simple. Don't make it so difficult. All right. So you guys could hear me. That's good. Big shout out to everybody out there watching. This is the second Q&A that I do here on Sundays. Normally after church and get home and all that stuff, kind of settle down a little bit, I could do something like that. If you could hear me right, if you could hear me with no issues, put comments. Let me know in the comments. But anyway. Not sure. Last time some of the guys were having issues. I'm not sure why some of the guys were having issues that they couldn't hear me, but some of the guys watch everything the right way. I mean, perfectly. Not too many guys had a lot of issues. The last video that we have has over 700 views, maybe 800 views, and everyone, it was alright. So some of you guys are having issues. I don't know if so much as the system, or maybe it's the internet around your house, or whatever it is. But hopefully you could hear me. Big shout out to Lewis. You're good. That's good. So here's the deal. I wanted to talk about this because I get asked this question a lot in the channel. I always get asked, hey, how come you don't do tactical classes? How come you don't, how come you don't start a training company? How come you don't do this? How come you don't do that? Essentially, how come you don't teach tactical training here on the channel? And the reality is that I'm not going to, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to address that. I was going to do a single video just for that, but I say, you know what, I'll talk about it in the live stream. I'm just not going to because a lot of things. First of all, I don't have the ability to do that. It requires training people requires a program. To do it the right way is going to require to have a good facility. It's going to require to have a great amount of knowledge. It's going to require for you to have a lot of things. I don't want to be one of those guys that is teaching tactics in your bathroom. I mean, you see those guys here in the community, guys teaching you how to clear a house, and they're inside their house showing you their bathroom and this and that. I'm just not going to be one of those guys. I don't think it's going to be beneficial to you guys. And at the same time, again, I just don't have that type of facility. Other than that, a lot of you guys know that I got out of the Marine Corps, or I was medically retired due to medical issues. I mean, I have back surgery and a bunch of other stuff that I have. So I'm not to a point where I could go up there and be hooking and doing all this crazy stuff. I'm just not. I'm not to that point. So I think that when you pick an instructor, and this is something for some of you new shooters out there, I think when you pick an instructor, you gotta have I mean, you gotta have an instructor that, first of all, has the credentials. Not to say that I don't have credentials, I do. But you gotta have an instructor that has the credentials, but also knows what he's doing and could teach you those techniques. You know, a lot of guys talk all this thing, you know, I could do A, B, and C, but you never see them doing it. I mean, there is so much talk here on the internet that is ridiculous. People always like blah, 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 blah. And when do you see them actually going out there and you know, doing what they say they speak? You know, it's really, really simple to talk. And it's really, really simple to tell you, hey, you should do this, and you not do it yourself. I mean, it kind of like blows my mind when I hear this guy. It's obviously drinking coffee, so so you know what, I hate that. I don't want to be one of those guys that tell you, hey, you know what, you should do A, B, and C, but I'm not going to demonstrate it. Obviously, I have injuries that I recover, or I'm still trying to recover from, but I just don't want to be one of those guys. So that's why I kind of stay away from teaching things. You know, obviously, being in the military for so many years, I got a lot of schools, and I got a lot of, you know, I trained a lot of Marines. I mean, hundreds of them. I mean, I trained them for anything from, you know, law enforcement operations to military operations, to convoy, to security. I mean, protective service detail, you name it. You know, how to clear a house, how to handcuff someone. I mean, we could go into so many different topics, but at the same time, it's one of those things that if you cannot execute it, to me, it's kind of like out there, you know, so many instructors here tells you, hey, you know, you should do it this way, but I'm not going to do it, or I'm not going to show how to do it, or, I mean, it's always a why. So I don't like that. I like to be the guy, you know, like in the military, they tell you, lead by example. Be the first one, you know. I would never tell you to do something that I don't expect to do myself. And that's just how it is, you know. I used to do a lot of, when I teach Marines how to clean rooms and things like that, or, you know, how do I, not clean room, when I told Marine my expectation on their rooms or the living quarters, or their job, how do they want them to do it, I always try to do it first, so they could see it and then could do what I told them to do the way that I want them to do it. I mean, you can be saying like, well, I don't know how to do that. I explain you how to do it, and I demonstrated how to do that. So again, you know, going back to that topic, because of some limitations, I feel that I won't be able to demonstrate to the full capacity my intent. So that's one of the reasons too that I try not to get into teaching. And big shout out to everybody watching. If you guys like these videos, like them, because it tells me, hey, you know, it tells me that you like the videos. And it kind of gives me an idea of what videos to do. If they don't get enough comments or like, you know, I'm like, okay, people don't like him, so I kind of jump into something else. Time is precious. So again, I appreciate everybody watching. A lot of cool guys out there, you know, for crews. Yeah, man, coffee, really, really good. I love coffee, man. I drink way too much coffee, but there it is. Some of you guys that have been supporting me for quite some time or brand new to the channel, I want to let you guys know that I really, really appreciate that. So, again, you know, going back to this tactical training, because I get asked this question all the time, and I'm going to jump into some type of Q&A after this, but, you know, people ask me, hey, you should teach this, you should teach that, and again, I just don't have the facility to do it. Don't feel capable, a lot of times don't feel capable enough to be able to demonstrate, because back surgery, all the injuries that I'm still recovering from the military. And one of the biggest factor that I actually was talking to Nick about this. You guys need to understand that I'm being out of the picture for almost 3 years, and you know, obviously, what you learn, what's inside of you, you're going to know that. It's not going to go anywhere. You're definitely going to know that. It's part of your DNA kind of thing. But at one point, at one point, you're starting to lose some of the practice, and at this point, I feel like I lost a lot of my skills based on the fact that I haven't practiced as much. And you know, I'm sure some guys here in the community won't confess to that. Some of the guys will be like, "Oh, I would never make that statement." You know, I'm a ninja operator my entire life. You know, but big shout out to Bad Jack JW. Go and subscribe to the channel. But again, to my case, you know, being out of the system or out of the military for so long, being injured, where it took me like years to recover, and being out of the practice, out of that environment, it does make you lose a lot of skills. What took you forever to learn those muscle memory, it goes away. That's why we talk about practice. So can I look at myself like I was in 2010 when I went to Afghanistan and I was a machine? I was 205 pounds of muscles. You know, I was able to run 7 miles like it was cool. If you tell me to jump a wall, I would jump that wall 3 different kind of ways. I mean, the reality is that I'm not to that level, and you know, I like to say, oh no, I'm still to that level, but I'm not. I mean, I'm about to be 35 years old. I have back surgery. I got pretty messed up due to some, you know, stuff that happened, and the reality is that I'm not to that level. So if I ever make that decision, you know, if I ever make that decision to teach something, to actually teach, it would take more than what I have right now. It would take me to go back to that type of environment. It would take me to recover and start training, and it would take me months when I get to a level where, hey, I'm right there ready to teach some of you guys some skills that I know. But again, I got to get back in the game. That's it. That's the main thing. I gotta get back in the game. There's so many guys here that you know, they were in the military. They start making videos. They get an audience. You know, we're passing 23,000 subscribers, 23,000, you know, 500 and something, or 400 and something. I don't know. But we get into a point where we pick up subscribers every single day. So that audience attract a lot of companies, attract a lot of people, and you know, I get people to want to work with me all the time. You know, like, hey, I want to do videos with you at a specific topic, and a lot of times I go like, nah, because I don't think it's gonna fit you guys. So anyways, I need to get, I'm already at 13%, 13% here on my phone, so I'm gonna make this a little bit short today. I got this, big shout out to Beretta 9mm USA. Sir, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. I mean, you guys need to subscribe to him because he has a lot of cool guns, and him and his kid do a fantastic job. But here's the deal. Appreciate you guys' support. I really do. I like to come up here, you know, at least once a week and you know, talk to some of you guys. I wish I could do it for a little bit longer, but it seems like my phone is about to die. It's going through a percentage like it's crazy. I like this setup. I like this setup. You guys are great. Right now I'm using my phone, and if it dies, hey, I appreciate you guys watching. So I like this setup. I think the phone is going to die, so I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate everything you guys do for me, for the channel. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Be subscribed because we got a lot of videos coming up. And as always, guys, God is in control.